Hi everyone, it's Mike here. So today I have another handmade journal commission share for you. This time the journal was commissioned by a lovely lady called Marie over in the United States. And when Marie contacted me, she gave me a list of possible themes that she liked, colour schemes, that kind of stuff, but she pretty much left it up to me to surprise her. So this is this is what I've done for her. So this time, instead of the doggy journal last time that I did, this is completely different. This is a kind of steampunky Alice in Wonderland journal. So again, the measurements for this are 6 1/4 across by 8 3/4 down that way. It says, yep, 8 3/4. This time it's bound by this beautiful purple book cloth. It has a lovely kind of texture to it, almost feels like silk. There is a little bit of a roughish texture to it, as you can see, but it does feel really, really nicely. So the spine has got 4 spine ridges. There's the book or the label plate on the spine as well. It has been distressed. And the closure for this is a lovely piece of cream silk ribbon, and it's 1.5 inches or 38mm across. So I've put plenty of fabric into this one. So I will open it up and then I'll show you what I've done on the inside. I've made sure there's plenty of ribbon for the closure, and again I've only knotted it from this side so that if Marie wanted to change it, if she didn't like the ribbon, she's got plenty of opportunity to be able to do that. So first of all, let's just open up to the first inside page. So on the inside we have the inside cover, has a lovely kind of interior clockwork feel to it. There's a little ex libris book plate for her to write her name or her initials in there. And again, with that invisible pocket that you can't really see is there until you actually add something in it. So I've put 2 tags in the front. They are backed in colours to match the journal. So this one is the Mad Hatter's price tag that goes in his hat. And obviously I had to put the Mad Hatter in there with a little quote from the book, "You must be mad or you wouldn't have come here." Now, I do appreciate that the Mad Hatter didn't actually say that in the book. It was the Cheshire Cat, but it seemed to go. And I've added some purple seam binding ribbon on those 2 tags. So, but before I go any further, let's just twist it to the front, and you can see on this one there are some purple and yellow cloth header tapes on this one. Now, previously I've used burlap. This time I've used proper bookbinding header tape on the top, and if I just flip it over, and also on the bottom as well, gives it a really nice finish, I think. And then obviously the signatures are sewn in to some proper buckram binding cloth, which goes underneath the inside front covers. So again, at the back there's another pocket. Now if I just hold this and take that out, now the image here actually carries on. So it is actually one image that goes from the front right the way through to the back. So that curve there actually is that little bit of curve there, can you just see? So it is one huge image of the internal workings of a clock, which I thought was quite nice to include. So again, so you've got that invisible pocket at the back, another tag, again, this time backed, still with that same purple, and then a quote from the White Rabbit, "Oh dear, I shall be late." And then we have a little card here that's got a picture of the Mad Hatter with his poem, "Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at." So that is the poem that the Mad Hatter recites at the table where Alice has tea. So we'll just put those back in there. Okay, so you've seen the front, you've seen the back pocket with the tag, and you've seen those images. So let's show you, or let me show you the signatures. So there's 5 signatures in here. There's, I think, around about 140 pages in this journal, so made up of 5 signatures. Each signature again has one of those file tabs at the start of each one, but again each signature I've put a vellum wrap around the front, so it begins and ends with a piece of vellum, and each of the front pages has a colour illustration from Alice in Wonderland, and finishes with another smaller one on the back. The front page, or the first page on these, is slightly thicker paper, so it's just a little bit heavier weight than the rest of the pages that are in there. So again, so you've got that file tab at the beginning of each one of the signatures, and each one starts off and ends with vellum and a colour page. So I'll flip through the first signature. So we have a little pocket, and there's a little tag in each one. In this case it says "Drink Me." Again, all of the pages are tea dyed and tea stained to various different degrees. Some have grid patterns on, some have lines, some have digi images from the book itself. Some have like notes and thoughts and little quotes from the book. Again, so you must be mad or you wouldn't have come here. And there's a little clock over in that one. Again, notes and thoughts. And that one at the bottom here says, "I try to believe at least 6 impossible things before breakfast." Then we have some kind of steampunky images in there. And we've got a little Mad Hatter. And then we've got Mad Hatter again, just there. More secrets and dreams. We've got keys and little keyholes. And they play quite a big part in the story, because there's doors that she tries to get through. A little steampunky balloon. There's the little image of Alice with that bottle saying "Drink Me" on it, so she can get through the little hole, the little door. So into the centre, and then we go back out again with a repetition of some of the images, different pages. So some blank pages, some lined pages, some with rules on, some grid patterns, so plenty again of places in which to write, to journal, to add your own thing to. And then right at the very end, back page again has another colour picture, this time of the White Rabbit, and we finish off with vellum. Moving into the second signature, again wrapped in vellum. This time we have a larger colour image of Alice with the bottle saying "Drink Me" just before she shrinks down to go through the little door. And we have another tag, this time showing, and again all backed to match, so you can use that as a little journaling spot or somewhere just to add another picture on or whatever. And then we've got more of those signatures, plenty, like I said, of space to write, to journal, to draw, to doodle, to write your thoughts, your hopes, your dreams, or even vent your spleen in, depending on what you want to use the journal for. So like I said, all pages, various different degrees of tea dyeing, all unique and different. And then at the end of that signature again, and then move on to signature number 3. Again, another full page one. Now, this is the only place where I haven't added the file tab on the front page, because it would have covered the top of her head and I didn't want that to happen, so I've put it on this page instead. And again, so we've got another little tag at this time showing the tea party itself, again backed, all with that lovely purpley seam binding ribbon and stamped. So all the way through, same sort of pages, similar sort of imagery all the way through, all stitched, and again ending with the tea party in the bottom corner, so there's plenty of room for writing. So again, as you move through, this time we've got Alice with the caterpillar, which is also the reverse of the image on the front, with that wooden chip in the frame. Again, another tag, this time Alice holding the baby. And more of those pages, plenty of places, like I said, plenty of places to write and to do with. We go all the way through, again, finishing off with more imagery from the book at the start of each one. And there's the White Rabbit in his herald costume when they meet the Queen of Hearts at the end of the book, or towards the end of the book. And then going all the way through, right to the very last page, where again, you've got Alice with that deck of cards, and got her hands up, trying to shelter herself from those from hitting her in the face. But the last tag is again a little picture of me and Mr. B, and that's where I've signed the tag on the back, a handmade journal by me, and I've dated it. So Marie can either keep that in there or she can ditch it if she wants. So there you go. That is Marie's Steampunk Alice in Wonderland themed journal. I'd also like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, without whose generosity and support these videos would not be possible. Thank you.